70th Sun Bowl from El Paso, Texas. We began the final quarter. Vern Lundquist, Todd Blackledge, and Jill Arrington. And our crack crew here to help celebrate the final day of the year 2003. Second down and 1. Oregon after the catch. Here's a play fake. Clemens flips it out. Samie Parker with his 14th catch. And he is down with a first down. 14:51 to go in the final quarter of play.
I'll tell you, the bowls this year, other than Nebraska's 17-3 win the other night in the Alamo Bowl, and Fresno State beat UCLA 17-9. All the other bowl games have been offense dominated, and we've got the same kind of game. Neither defense can stop what the other team is doing. Minnesota running it, Oregon passing it. Whoever scores last and whoever doesn't turn the ball over is going to win this game.
4-point margin currently, and here is the handoff to Terrence Whitehead out to the 32-yard line. Now, Samie Parker, the track star football player, #1, with the Sun Bowl record number of catches today, 14 for 162.
Wow.
And a couple of touchdowns. Young man from the Los Angeles area. His stepfather shot and killed back in September, a family tragedy that Samie Parker and his mom had to deal with. Second down and 5. Here's Clemens back off the back foot, caught.
See, they just can't cover these guys. I mean, part of it is they're down a little bit because their starting corner is not out there. Trumaine Banks got sent home for disciplinary reasons, but part of it is also they can't get pressure on Kellen Clemens, and so I'm impressed with what both offensive lines have done. Oregon has done a great job of protecting their quarterback, opening up a little bit of running lanes, and the Minnesota offensive line doing their thing.
Clemens now 300 yards, 28 of 35.
Yeah. Has thrown very few bad passes. I mean, just hasn't misfired hardly at all.
And will go upstairs again, maybe. Still able to escape the tackle and goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
And that's frustrating now for Greg Hudson, the Minnesota defensive coordinator. I mean, they finally do get pressure, and Clemens is athletic enough to get away from it and make a play. I mean, they get 2 guys in there before he even gets set on his last step, and he still turns it into a positive play.
Well, it has not been a great season for fourth quarter at Eugene. Outscored 122-41. And they trail by 4. Looking at a second down and 3. Toss it left side.
Nice play.
30-yard line.
Very nice play.
Kenny Washington, number 20, gets the first down for the Oregon. Well, they can't stop each other.
No, they can't. I mean, neither team has an answer right now for what the other guys are doing on offense. And so, I mean, it's going to come down to if a team drops the ball or throws an interception or a ball gets knocked down or something is going to turn the tide, because neither defense is proving right now that they're able to come up with the play to stop the other guy.
That's an Oregon first down at the Minnesota 30-yard line. Average gain on first down, 8 yards for the Ducks in this ball game. Clemens rolling out and looking back to his left. There's Parker, not there, and he was open.
Yep. He had him singled up back there. It's a design play where you roll to the right and have a 1 receiver on the backside and isolate him, and he had Parker isolated on Isom on the corner route, and he was open, but Kelly Clemens just a little far outside with the football.
Second down and 10. Oregon band has gone to the new uniforms here in the second half.
With their duck waders on.
Yeah. I'm sure marketing has something to do with this. Second and 10. Clemens fires, caught tight end to the 15-yard line. That's Tim Day, the sophomore from Las Vegas. A gain of 15.
So again, protection. Great job up front by the Oregon guys. Clemens able to stand right in there. Watch Clemens come off his #1 target and doesn't have to go anywhere. Just readjusts his feet, readjusts his eyes, and hits his tight end for the first down. Good solid pocket provided by that big front up in front of him.
A first down as the ball is marked at the 14-yard line. And the 9th play of the drive coming up. Blitz. Clemens, they got him this time.
Yep.
At the 21-yard line.
Well-timed blitz by Minnesota. It came with pressure from the outside, and that forced Clemens to step up. And then the second guy there was able to wrap him up. Montgomery with the sack.
Anthony Montgomery, the sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio.
The blitz is going to come from the top. Number 52, nobody there to pick him up. They had a guy, Whitehead was supposed to pick him up, but he was late getting into his block and didn't make the play. Mike Bellotti knows, that shouldn't have happened because we had a guy responsible to pick him up.
Loss of 7. That was the second sack today. And the line of scrimmage, the 21-yard line. Here's Clemens back, right side, out of the backfield. It's Dante Rosario who has a touchdown catch in this ball game. And he's knocked out of bounds just short of the 11-yard line. Well, there's Samie Parker. You got to believe he's going to be a part of whatever they've got planned.
I think so. And I think Tim Day is the tight end, is the other guy that I would be aware of here in this part of the field. He's made a couple big catches in the middle. Samie Parker outside is going to be matched up against Yuki Dozier up at the top of the screen. Tim Day on the left side.
3rd and 7. Here's Clemens, quarterback draw. And he is knocked down at the 14-yard line by Mark Losley, number 97.
Yeah, he read the draw. His eyes were on the quarterback. Oregon was counting on Minnesota to just rush up the field and play pass all the way. But watch Losley, number 97. He's watching the quarterback, so he turns it right down inside on the draw as soon as he read it. Well played by Mark Losley.
That's going to bring on Jared Siegel to attempt the field goal. This should be from 32 yards away.
42-yard attempt. Kick is up.
Perfect. But the Ducks do have to settle for 3. 9:37 to go in the ball game. They've cut the margin to 1. Minnesota 28. The Oregon Ducks 27. Getting set for quite a finish at the Sun Bowl. Back in El Paso, the Wells Fargo Sun Bowl, 70th edition. In the 90s, Michigan State became the first Big Ten team to appear and defeated USC in a Rose Bowl rematch. Priest Holmes scored 4 touchdowns to lead Texas past North Carolina in 1994. And 2001, Kyle Orton set Sun Bowl records for attempts, completions, and yards. And Dan Fouts was here to watch Grant Taft coach his final game as Baylor defeated Arizona back in 1992. 28-27, 9:36 to go in this one.
On a game that hasn't featured too many defensive stops, I guess that one has to count as a defensive stop because they forced a field goal when it looked like Oregon was going right down for another touchdown. They got the sack from Anthony Montgomery on 2nd down, and then Mark Losley with the nice play on the quarterback draw on 3rd down. So Minnesota's defense with a couple big plays at the end of that drive.
And we're set for the kickoff. Jared Siegel will kick it. Barber and Maroney are the 2 deep men. Out of bounds.
Not good.
Nope.
One of each team doing that today.
Well, we've got more college basketball for you coming up this Saturday on CBS. North Carolina goes into Lexington to take on Kentucky. And Michigan State, struggling with that outstanding schedule that Tom Izzo posted, goes into New York to take on Syracuse. Saturday, 12 Eastern time on CBS. First down and 10.
That kick is bad. I'm telling you now. You're having trouble stopping this running game. You give the ball on the 35-yard line. You want to make them go the long field as much as you possibly can.
On first down, they pick up 4. Well, second half possessions, this is their 5th. They've had to punt twice, but they've scored 2 touchdowns.
When you have good field position, you can be a lot more liberal in your play calling. You know, when you're down inside your 20, you tend to be a little bit more conservative. Out around the 40-yard line now, they can afford to mix it up pretty easily.
Second down and 6. And they try the middle with Thomas Tapeh, number 44. It'll be third down.
David Martin with a good solid tackle there from his outside linebacker spot. Brings up a big third down play here. Again, Minnesota, through the course of the year, the best team in the league on third downs. Just a little bit over 50% for the day, right at 50%. 6 of 12 coming into this 3rd and 6th play.
Hosack and Patterson, the wideouts, go wide to the left side. Oregon looks like they might be sending a blitz. They are not. And here's oh, he's got a man wide open. Hosack at the 26-yard line.
Boy, I'm not sure what happened out there in the coverage, but Hosack was all alone. Marley Tucker, the strong safety, and Justin Finnessy, the corner. Finnessy came up. I'm not sure why he came up, but he bit on something and allowed a man to run right by him to the outside for a big play.
That is a big play, Todd. 34 yards and a first down, and Hosack 5 receptions now for an even 100 yards. That takes the absence of Jared Ellison and helps a lot. First and 10. Maroney is the motion man. They fake to him. Abdul Khalik nailed. And very close to fumbling.
I think he got it back.
We've had no turnovers in the ball game.
Nope, we got one now.
Now we do. And there's Igor Olshansky.
Oregon came with a blitz. It was a long developing play because they faked twice. Faked the reverse, and it's going to be a rollout. And under pressure, Devin Long is the guy that knocked it out, and Olshansky is the guy who came up with the football. Devin Long playing on one bad ankle, knocks the ball out.
First turnover of the ball game, and it comes with 7:37 to go. Now let's take another look at that fumble, Todd.
Well, as you can see right here, the ball is coming out of Abdul Khalik's hands right now. It's out, and his knee is still off the ground. So it was a good call. There was some question of whether or not his knee was down before the ball came out, but that angle shows a very good call by the SEC officials. Ball was out before the knee came down, and the first turnover of the game, and Oregon in business here.
Olshansky with the recovery, and it's a first down 10 for the Ducks with 7:37 to go. Kellen Clemens back to throw on first down. Deep right side. There's Parker wide open. How in the world can he become that open?
Well, part of it, again, is the time that Kellen Clemens has. This is a long developing play, a deep crossing route. And so you've got the other receivers running defenders off in the zone defense, and then he's just going to work his way over to a soft spot in the zone. But it's a long developing play. He started on the left side of the formation, caught it on the right sideline. Good protection for Kellen Clemens, set that up. 15
catches for Samie Parker. That one good for 25 yards and a first down at the 42-yard line. On the ground, right side, Terrence Whitehead. And he's good for a gain of 7. 1-point margin, under 7 to go, second down and 3.
Second and 3.
One of the things now that Oregon wants to do, obviously take the lead. You'd love a touchdown rather than a field goal, but the other thing is you want to work that clock. I mean, you want to work as much time off the clock as you can. And the other thing to remember, Minnesota had to use 2 of their timeouts early in the second half, so they only have 1 timeout left, and they're going to have to work against the clock. So Oregon wants to work that clock as much as they can.
This is Day in the backfield as the lead blocker, the fullback, and nothing doing on second down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the 35.
Yeah, big play by the front 4 of Minnesota's defense, stepping up on that second down play.
Lipinski comes to the near side. Third and 4. One-point game. 3rd and 4 at the 36. Four-man Minnesota rush. Clemens across the middle. Caught again and again. Samie Parker. 16 catches.
You know, even if you know they're going to throw it to him, he's still a hard guy to cover because of his speed. I mean, unless you can knock him down when he comes off the line of scrimmage, he's a hard guy to cover. He gets off the line clean. There's 2 guys there. The ball's not even that well thrown by Clemens, a little bit behind him, but Parker is kind of in that zone right now. He's going to catch anything that gets close to him.
Well, that's our CBS Sportsline stat of the day, 16 for 200 and a first down. Here's Clemens with a fake, goes deep for Jason Fife, and it should have been picked off. Oh, my goodness. Eli Ward, both hands on it.
Well, there was a couple mistakes on this play. First of all, Kellen Clemens pulled the string on it because he thought he had an easy touchdown.
Breaks up the pass.
As you see Demetrius Williams hobbling off.
Second down.
It was a perfect play call. You fake the screen, which you've thrown several times. Now you got a guy running wide open, and Kellen Clemens didn't set his feet and make a long throw. It was underthrown and almost picked off by Eli Ward. Boy, they had the touchdown to Fife if he just sets his feet and throws it to the end zone.
And they also lost Demetrius Williams on the play. He limps over to the bench. You see that injured on the collision with Jason Fife.
Boy, that's one of those plays that you set up. You can only call it once. You've run the wide receiver screen. They had it. They didn't convert.
Clemens with a play fake. Right side, knocked down. Mark Losley. Now Samie Parker. What a day he's had.
It's been terrific. 2 touchdown catches. How many catches now? 15? 14? 16? My goodness.
And time to celebrate earlier. It's now 3rd and 10, though, with 5:04 to go. 16 for 200 yards.
You know, and as good as his day has been, the catch he needs to make maybe on this play might be the most important play of the game. You know, I mean, they need to make a play here on 3rd down.
No blitz. 3-man rush, as a matter of fact, and they got him.
And they got him out of field goal range, too. That's the important thing of that sack.
Paul Nixon.
Pretty good protection throughout the night, but this time the pocket collapses a little bit. Paul Nixon in there, some fresh legs, a move. Samie Parker had his man turned around on the corner route, but Clemens with not enough time, and now Siegel with the long field goal attempt.
Well, it's within his range. It's 47 yards. He has a career long of 59, and this is for the lead. Plenty of distance, and he hammered it home. You bet.
You know, he was only 3 of 8 from 40 or above coming into that one, and he nailed that one.
Jared Siegel, 47 yards, Ducks lead. Yep, we got the lead back. .416 to go in the 70th rendition of the Sun Bowl from El Paso, Texas. And the Oregon Ducks on Siegel's 47-yard field goal have reclaimed the lead. They were up 17-14 at the half, and this has been a wildly entertaining afternoon. And neither team really able to stop the other, and as a result, 58 points scored thus far. 30-28 with 4:16 to go. Jared Siegel.
Minnesota will
4:16 to go. Let's take a look at the play of the game presented by Wrangler 5-Star Premium Denim. And with the call, Jerry Allen of the Oregon Radio Network.
Demetrius and Samie and Clemens will go back and play fake and throw the ball again. Steps up, a lot of time deep. Wants Samie wide open. He's got it, and he walks into the end zone. I mean, he walked into the end zone.
Jerry Allen with the call. That gave Oregon a 24-21 lead. And on first down, Minnesota goes to the left. That was Marion Barber with the carry.
This has been an offensive explosion. 813 yards of total offense in the game. Oregon with 453 yards. Minnesota now with 365. And it's been who has the ball last? One of those deals.
Right side out to the 26-yard line. That's Marion Barber again. His dad, of course, Marion Barber Jr., played at Minnesota and then in the NFL with the New York Jets. Distinguished career. Marion Barber III grew up in Plymouth, Minnesota. 3rd and 4.
Huge
There's
play
his
right
dad.
here.
Go for running back, 77 to 80. 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Abdul Khalik will hand it off, and they've got the first down.
Good vision by Barber. We've talked about Maroney's vision. When you run that inside zone play, the cutback is always a possibility. The play starts to the left. It's starting this way, but watch him see the cutback. The tight end comes in, Spaeth, and makes a nice block, and that enables Barber to cut that thing back to the other way and pick up the first down. Good execution and good vision by Marion Barber.
Clock is under 3 minutes now, and Minnesota has used 2 of its timeouts. There's the comparison between father and son. Here's the toss. And Maroney is out of bounds on first down. Devin Long with the tackle. 2:37 to go.
As we watch this thing develop, remember now a 2-point lead for Oregon. Minnesota only needs a field goal to regain the lead. Reese Lloyd has kicked a 54-yarder, a 52-yarder, 4 of 5 on kicks of over 40 yards. So he's definitely got the leg for a long field goal that would take the lead.
Well, they're undefeated when Maroney's been over 100 so far. Here's Abdul Khalik. He takes off. Nice move. Oh, boy. Out of bounds at the 41.
Nice decision. Good quick decision to run, and then a good decision to get out of bounds and save that last time out. Quick setup, it's not there, and then the quick decision to run the football. That's the thing that he's done all season, is make good decisions in the running game, in the passing game. Had an outstanding season in his final year in a Gopher uniform.
That was Jerry Mattson, who was left grasping for air as Abdul Khalik made the run. 3rd and 1. Inside, they've given it to the fullback, Thomas Tapeh. And it appears he got enough to move the chain. Yep. 1 timeout remaining for Minnesota. Well, BCS games coming up. Florida State, Miami, of course, USC, Michigan. Michigan and then Ohio State, Kansas State, and finally in the Sugar Bowl, LSU and Oklahoma. Abdul Khalik. Patterson makes the catch, and they move across the 50 with 2:10 to go.
Pass is complete.
This is where you like having a fifth-year senior quarterback, too, because there's no panic in his body language right now. I mean, he's hanging in there. He knows that a field goal can win it. Just keep managing the offense, running the offense.
Second and 1, and they got another first down. As Tapeh picks it up, that'll stop the clock while they move the chain. 1:50 to go in the ball game.
So we talked about Oregon wanting to use up the clock. Now Minnesota thinking the same thing. You know, we haven't stopped Kellen Clemens much in their passing game, so let's not let them have much time after we score.
Option play. Abdul Khalik nailed. Jerry Maxson, number 52.
Playing on a bad leg. Playing because he wants to be out there with his guys. The junior from Edmonds, Washington, makes a huge play and forces Minnesota to burn their last time out. It's an option, and Matson from his middle linebacker reads it quickly and slides in there and makes the play. Well done by Jerry Matson.
Minnesota has used its final timeout with 96 seconds to go. Number 16, Reese Lloyd, hoping he gets a chance for the game winner for the Golden Gophers. His career long is 54. Young man who came over with his family from England when he was a youngster, now second down and 12. And Asad Abdul Khalik looks to throw it, fires it out for Patterson. He gets a good block, and Patterson is out of bounds to stop the clock at the 39-yard line, and that is going to the tackle by Keith Lewis leave them short of the first down.
That's another fifth-year senior, Tony Patterson, who does an excellent job of getting as much yardage as he can on this and then getting out of bounds. Don't get tackled in bounds. Fight your way to the sideline and stop that clock.
1:29 to go. Reese Lloyd getting ready. Third and 4. Khalik. Devin Long is cut. Can't get there. Khalik drives. I don't think he got the first.
He's short, and the clock is running. And they're going to go for it here to try to get closer. I don't think they feel like they can kick it from here. They're going to try to run a play to get a first down. Fourth and a long one.
It would have been a 53-yarder had they attempted it. Now the clock at 59 seconds. Handoff. Got it. Maroney. First down. And the clock stops.
Yep. Another good job of getting it out of bounds. And again, you can't say enough about the patience and the vision of this young tailback. He really sees things well. He's patient to set up the blocks. He's got to get one. A little jab step there to get outside, and then following his block to the sideline. Keith Lewis not able to bring him down in the field of play.
If they don't get a yard, it would be a 50-yard attempt. They are out of timeouts. Maroney, 13 carries in the ball game. First and 10.
Play clock is down to 8 right now, too.
He comes near side and has Hosack out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 46 seconds to go. Second down.
Reese Lloyd with a huge game winner against Wisconsin earlier in the year as time expired to win the Axe.
This was earlier in the year, the Battle of the Axe, and there is the game winner. And watch Reese Lloyd's reaction. Went over and grabbed it. We're back to play, second down. And what a big play by Devin Long.
Yep, he's down right there, and the clock is rolling. So Asad Abdul Khalik's going to have to spike the ball. He's got to get him up to the line and spike the ball because they can't stop the clock.
Oregon calls time.
Oh, my goodness.
Why? Oregon stopped the clock.
My goodness gracious. Why would you do that?
Mike Bellotti immediately said call timeout, and they did. I don't get it. Wow. Third and 7.
I'm not sure either. All I know is when the play was stopped in the backfield, the clock was still running, and they were kind of out of field goal range at that point. They were going to have to spike the ball to stop the clock because they have no timeouts. And Mike Bellotti may have helped Minnesota there by using one of his timeouts. They've added a few seconds to the clock, 38.5 seconds now.
Great fans here at the Wells.
The only thing that he might have been thinking is, hey, they're going to probably kick a field goal. They might make it. I want to try to save some time for my offense. I don't know.
I don't either. There's Bellotti signaling call time, and you see the clock. Time finally called with 38 seconds to go.
And what he didn't want is he didn't want Minnesota to be able to kick a field goal and have no time left on the clock. So he's thinking, hey, let's try to save a little bit of time in the event that we can get the ball back. But with the play behind the line of scrimmage, they would have had Minnesota scrambling there a little bit to get something done. As it is, it's a huge third down play now for the Oregon defense.
Jakari Wallace goes wide to the left. Hosack and Patterson are wide right. Third down. And the change by Abdul Khalik. They keep it on the ground. It's fourth down.
And they're running the field goal unit out. 30 seconds and counting. And Mike Bellotti calls another timeout. Again, he's thinking about his offense right now. He's not thinking about harassing the kicker. He's thinking about his offense. You know, a lot of times you think, well, they call a timeout to freeze the opponent's kicker. That's not, I don't think, what he's doing. I think he's trying to save a little bit of time for his offense to get in position to kick possibly another game-winning field goal.
Well, let's watch the Maroney run on the third down.
A check at the line of scrimmage to the run. Pretty good call. Get a few more positive yards for the field goal attempt. And Mike Bellotti calls timeout again.
Well, he's very authoritative about it. He's got a plan. There's no question about that. Meanwhile, Mason, look at Reese Lloyd. He's got a big smile.
Well, Reese Lloyd will try to change a trend for the Big Ten. Right now, the Big Ten 0-3 in bowl games. Northwestern, Michigan State, and Wisconsin have all lost in their postseason games. And Reese Lloyd trying to have something to do about changing that for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
42-yard effort for the lead. He's missed from 52. The 6'1" junior from Dover, England. This to put the Gophers on top.
It got tipped.
But it lives through.
Definitely got tipped early on. Keith Lewis, number 16, got a piece of it, but not enough. Winston, isn't that what Gun Mason calls him? Winston Churchill?
Yes. Well, as it covered the crossbar, it looked a little bit like a wounded duck. Mike Bellotti, who used 2 timeouts to preserve time on the clock and perhaps give Reese Lloyd time to calm down. and not have to hurry out and fight the clock.
But at this point now, here's what he's thinking is, you know, we need a field goal to win. Jared Siegel's got some confidence right now. He's got a strong leg. If we can get a good return here and Kellen Clemens can hit a couple plays, we'll have a chance. And that's why he used those timeouts to give his offense a little bit of time.
Reese Lloyd will kick it off. 23 seconds to go. Here's the kick. They'll bring it out.
Good
at
cover.
the 20-yard line.
Nice
With
cover.
19 seconds to go.
That was a win for Minnesota, because if he stays in the end zone, they get it at the 20. He runs it out. He uses some clock, and they still get to the 20. So Minnesota's defense with 80 yards of field to defend.
First and 10 from the 20 with 19 seconds remaining.
Minnesota is in a definite prevent defense. I mean, they've got a bunch of guys back at the 50-yard line, so they're going to give up some completions.
Here's Clemens back. Lets it go. Intercepted. Picked off at the 35-yard line by Justin Isom. And that will do it.
Paul Nixon got the pressure. It was only a three-man rush, but Paul Nixon was able to force Kellen Clemens to make a bad throw. Watch the pressure from number 47, Paul Nixon. He's going to get in and force Clemens to throw the ball back behind the receiver, and Isom there for the interception.
Kellen Clemens. Ouch. Glenn Mason. You bet. And the Golden Gophers from Minnesota are going to wind up with a 10-win season.
They won their first bowl game since 1985 last year when they beat Arkansas in the Music City Bowl. They make it 2 in a row this year in the Sun Bowl.
10-3. 8-5. Abdul Khalik, Kellen Clemens sat together at lunch yesterday, the respective two athletes who battled hard in this 70th Sun Bowl. And let's go down to Jill Arrington with a very happy Glenn Mason.
That's right. Congratulations, Coach. Minnesota played a heck of a game today. What do you have to say about those Gophers?
Well, I love Winston Churchill. I can tell you that. I told him if he make it, I dropped trowel, so I'm in a tough shape right now. But you know, it's a great game. Oregon's well coached. It's a classic matchup, Pac-10 versus Big Ten, and we thought we started off today and let Michigan finish it up right in the Rose Bowl against Southern Cal.
Well, Coach, it was a 10-win season for you. What do you have to say looking back at